Casper was really close to catching that one.
We're not done yet.
So Rob said, "Fuck it in."
Oh shit. I don't need to catch it. I need to catch it in front of the camera. You get what I'm saying? Is that even in frame? What is going on, YouTube? It's your favorite YouTuber, you just don't know yet, and we back with another review. And this time, like I said in the last video, if you saw the one from yesterday or 2 days ago, we're gonna be going over the Cutters. The Cutters Rev Pro 4.0s. Real quick, y'all, time out. Hope y'all are enjoying the video, what y'all have seen so far. But before we get back into the video, I just wanted to let you guys know that I am now an ambassador for Habits 365. Habits 365 is a clothing brand that supports healthy and active lifestyles, hence the name. And yeah, man, they gave me a code to see how the Where's Will team is rocking. So they gave me a code, so whenever you go to checkout, use code WWILL at checkout to help support myself, y'all, and the my channel and their brand. And yeah, man, hope y'all enjoy. Link is down below to check out some of the gear. They've worked with Tyrann Mathieu, DaBaby, Floyd Money Mayweather, just the list goes on, man. So yeah, hope y'all enjoy. Link is down below. Now let's get back to the video. So these gloves are pretty much your wide receiver standard for the Cutters brand, and they're excuse me, and they're not one of the conglomerate brands like Nike or Adidas, but they are very well respected in the football game for their gloves. The Rev Pro 4.0s are the updated version of the 3.0s, and the 3.0s came out a few years ago, and I used those a lot actually. And yeah, this year they came out, oh my bro, and this year, yeah, they came out with the 4.0s. And these gloves are pretty much Cutters is like their staple glove, like their basic, not basic glove, but their standard issue glove whenever you look at the Cutters brand, I cannot speak today. Now, before we get into the pros and cons, I just want to let you guys know that Cutters are also like very well known for their all-weather purposes. Their gloves pretty much they do really well in the rain. A lot of gloves are said to do well in the rain, but they stand out above Nike and Adidas and Under Armour and everything like that. And I couldn't test this out because for two reasons. For one, I live in Southern California, and two, it's like middle of summer. It sucks. It's like 100 degrees plus, bro. Like we gonna have to get this this weather gonna have to change, bro. But yeah, there's no rain obviously, and it's not really the weather for it. Again, it is something that is known by the Cutters brand, which is usually very consistent with their gloves, and again, they are very well known for it. I just couldn't test it out with these gloves, but then again, remember that I'd bet my money that they do work the best out of most gloves in the rain. So the pros, man, these are a very light glove. In comparison to the Nike glove I did, what were those gloves, man? In comparison to my VaporJet review that I did a week or two back, they are very light, especially in comparison to those. I'm not saying that, you know, gloves aren't supposed to feel as light as a feather or as heavy as a rock, but you definitely notice a difference. They are very light, and they're very thin, so it feels really good in your hands. Pause. Dude, why is everything like, just shut up, just be quiet. Yeah, like I said, these gloves are very light. Oh shoot, I almost fell. Anyway, they're very light. This can also go into, them being light is a very pro and con kind of thing. I'll get into that when I get to the cons. They're a pro in two separate ways. This makes them a pro because of the comfortability and the weight of the glove. Now again, you know, you don't really get into gloves unless you're like in the trenches, hand in the dirt, and you get kind of the bulkier gloves, and they're not really meant for stick, but kind of just grip. You get what I'm saying, football players. These gloves are very light, and the way that they're set up is they have so little material and they're so thin that the grip on the ball feels different. It's not just, oh, there's stick. It literally feels like there's like not much on your hands and just a sticky palm and fingers, and that's all that it feels like. So it is something that, not that it's like different too much, but it's just so light that it just doesn't feel like you have gloves on. And then again, that with the glove itself, because it's so thin, it has kind of just a natural grip, a natural sticky grip. Oh my goodness, a natural sticky grip instead of just kind of like, oh, I have gloves on, sticky gloves. football players, you get what I mean, bruh. Now again, with what I said about the gloves being really light, as a con that I would say, it doesn't give as much support as other gloves. And again, this is a con. I guess you could say I nitpicked it. You know, there's positives and negatives to everything. The fact that it's so light and has so little just material is, besides the simple fact of, you know, having a glove on, it kind of keeps your hand in this form. That's literally it. There's no, like in the Vapor Jets, it has that little thumb brace at the bottom, and it's very subtle, very sleek, and you don't notice it. But in these gloves, it's literally just a glove, so there's no extra padding, there's no extra protection. Again, besides that, you know, your hand's gonna be in the glove, so it's gonna be not stiff, but you get what I'm saying. Man, I'm horrible right now. I'm so sorry. You get what I mean. It's kind of like a brace, and you know, it keeps your hand in one form, so it kind of helps prevent jammed fingers. You can still jam your fingers in gloves, all that good stuff. Oh, not good stuff, but my mind's everywhere right now, as you can tell. So, and the thing that you guys wanted to talk about the most, and the reason you guys haven't heard of it up until now, is the stick, man. I don't know, man. I mean, even then you look between the two comparisons, I don't know, I feel like I caught the ball better with my Vapor Jets, man. The sticks on these cutters they're not bad, obviously. They're not horrible, they're not the worst, but they're not as good as they were before, man. My Vapor Jets were way more sticky. Like, I got extra larges in these gloves, and extra larges is the size glove I wear. But when I had them on, my fingertips, if you can kind of see, it's hard to see because these are black, but I can feel the stick kind of coming to an end on my finger instead of going around my finger, if that makes sense. This one, it did feel a little weird because, again, catching, it felt like hands with a little extra stick. It didn't feel like having gloves on. And personally, you know, I don't prefer it, but I mean, it might be kind of to each their own thing. But yeah, just overall, the stick wasn't as good as the Vapor Jets. I'd be lying to you guys if I said the stick is as good as before. If you do like cutters, again, they're not bad gloves. These gloves, I think the stick that they have on here is just, I don't know if Vapor Jet kind of just were a super good glove, or these cutters were just not as good. Again, not horrible gloves. You can get worse gloves out there. I'm not saying these are bad gloves. I know I keep saying that because they're not bad gloves. I had cutters, and keep in mind, these are both newer purchases, so they're not, you know, a whole season played, and that would be a different, you know, a different video for a different day. We'll see the longevity of each of these gloves, because for all we know, the cutters can have consistent average grip, and the Vapor Jets, just their stick kind of goes away. If you guys want to see something like that, kind of like a long term, which gloves are better, then put in the comment section down below. Go ahead and let me know, and we'll try to make that video come out for y'all. So for these gloves, man, like I said, with all the pros and cons, I feel like cutters is something that's respected enough, which everyone can appreciate. You know, it's not a Nike, Adidas, it's not one of the bigger names, and they're very well respected, and for good reason. They have a good track record. These ones are a little subpar in comparison to their other gloves. You can even buy their older gloves for cheaper, but I mean, yeah, like, I support them, I back them. They're like a pit bull. They're not as popular. I mean, pit bulls are popular, but in comparison to other dogs, everyone wants the little dogs, everyone wants the German Shepherds, everyone wants the Rottweilers, but pit bulls kind of have other people's opinions affect other people's opinions of it. When you talk to somebody that likes cutters, you might really want to get cutters. If you talk to somebody that doesn't like cutters, you might stay away from cutters. And honestly, this comes down to, at the end of the day, how you feel about them. And I do recommend trying a pair of cutters out. These ones might not be the greatest, but cutters in general is a very, very good glove brand. And I mean, it just comes down to, if they're in the right hands, they'll do great things for you. So that's the end of this review. Hope you guys like it. Go ahead and smash the like button down below. Go ahead and comment down below what you guys want to see next. Pair this back and forth with the Vapor Jets. I'll put the video and y'all can compare the two up there. Till next episode, follow the IGs, follow the Twitters. Go ahead and use code WWILL. Link for Habits 365 down below. I'll catch y'all in the next episode. Peace.